My name's Hannah Wilson. I'm a clinical psychologist. I work within the Lancashire Care NHS Trust for the Eating Disorder Service. We are a really busy service and there's very much an increase in kind of prevalence and awareness around eating disorders. So we have quite a wide range of clinicians within the service and they offer different treatments. The kind of predominant pathways are probably either a sort of psychology or therapy-based treatment. Treatment in terms of technology kind of isn't something we use consistently throughout the service. So our trust kind of recognised the importance or the possibility of how kind of digital technology could add to support offered within the trust. So the trust now have this agreement with ORCHA so that we can have our own kind of accounts for using that. So one of the ways that I found ORCHA really helpful is that we do service assessments, and so that will be the first contact with someone for our service, and sometimes being able to recommend an app, something that they can go away and start using at home whilst they're then on our waiting list for treatment. Feels really important to almost bridge that gap between assessment and treatment. For me, I think one of the main benefits of ORCHA has been knowing that all the apps have been reviewed against quite a kind of long set of criteria. Before ORCHA, what I would do if I was going to recommend an app is try it out for at least a week because I didn't want to recommend something without checking it through. I'd still kind of download one and just quickly check it through, but I suppose ORCHA saves me a lot of that time, and knowing that that kind of reliability is there, that it's already been vetted really and checked and that it has that score that you can use to verify it really is really useful. So I think working in eating disorders, it would be quite unlikely that an app would replace treatment, but I've definitely found it really supplements the work that we're doing. So it can really help for clients to be able to monitor things or give them a bit of encouragement, motivation, kind of things to follow when they're at home. And I just think it's much more user-friendly really to have it on a phone. Clients are much more likely to do that than to get out a piece of paper. It's much more discreet, so it does offer a lot in the way of supporting our therapy. So I think it's really understandable that people are a bit unsure about using apps if they're not kind of familiar with them or they're not sure about how those apps work. And that's one of the great things about ORCHA is that it can provide that explanation, kind of demystify it. And I think also that we just have to recognise for our clients, for the most part, apps are what they're using on a day-to-day basis. So if we can try and become part of that world, I think it's actually much more likely we can make those sustainable changes and give them tools they can keep using even when they're not accessing kind of direct treatment as well.